Uber just left us.
Hi, my name is Jazmine. I'm 3 years old and I can sing in it.
I've been thinking, I ain't really in a rush with you.
Hey, what's up guys? It's yours truly, Jasmine. I post videos every week, whether it's my new music, singing and singing and dancing covers, or vlogs. Today though, I'm gonna do a story time. I went on tour with Tamar Braxton. Wait a minute, baby. I vlogged so much. I was nervous. I was so nervous to actually post then. But now that I'm more in the hang of vlogging, I figured I'd go back and recap it because honestly it was so monumental in my life. So before I tell you the story of the tour, I want to give a little backstory here. Tamar has actually been a family friend since I was like 3 years old. My mom, and if you've been following me for a long time, she was the one who was posting videos of me from years ago. She was a business manager for a couple people in Atlanta, and where was I? My mother was a business manager for a couple people in Atlanta, and also on and off again for Tamar for the past ever since I could pop, lock, and drop it. Fast forward, the Great Escape Tour is happening with Escape, Monica, and Tamar Braxton, and Tamar needs dancers. She knew me. I had been training at that time, well really all my life, at this studio in Atlanta called Dance 411. So I knew other dancers that I called to be a part of it. The first person I called was Tasir. The second person I called was Desi because I knew she was just amazing at like tricks and flips, and she's just such a strong dancer. And then Paris actually already was dancing with Tamar. So the four of us made the Little Bluebirds. AKA Gang Gang Gang, AKA Bus B. Anywho, so the tour started, let me look up the exact date actually. The tour started in Richmond, Virginia, November 22nd, and it ran all the way to the first week in January. At that time, I was a part-time nanny, so I had to find a replacement for myself as a nanny so that I could go on tour. Looking back on it now, this was so pivotal in my life and just monumental for me because I had never been a part of something that like big of a production. Like you think tour, but then it's like arena tour. I just remember feeling like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I loved it, and I still have a ton of relationships from it. Now everybody on the tour had their own bus, like all the different acts, but for our crew we had two buses. It was bus A, that was like Tamar, hair, makeup, like family, and then bus B, which was like dancers, Pro Tools front house, stage crew, and all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie, bus B was kind of lit. Okay. No, I am lying because all we did was sleep a lot. We had like little bunks. I snore. Oh my gosh, I remember bringing so many books. I was like, I'm gonna bring books. I'm gonna bring things that are just gonna keep me going mentally. Ciao! Once I hit that bunk, it was over. I was asleep. It was so tiring. The actual process wasn't tiring, but going from city to city and changing your sleep patterns every few days was a little crazy. We did play games though. We played some games on the bus, but most of the time we had fun when we were on our off days.
The hardest thing is finding an Uber.
Because that's when I convinced everybody to go to like escape rooms, and we got our nails done. We just toured the cities and tried to do like fun things. My best memory from the whole tour, besides performing, was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, we had that day off, but somehow our bus schedules got like rerouted. All of the rest of the tour, from all the other acts, like all the other dancers and stuff, they were together, and then we were, it was crazy. I'm like, guys, like, let's go out. The only place that was open was Dave & Buster's, so we all hopped to the Uber. We went to Dave & Buster's, but Google tricked us and it wasn't open. It wasn't even open yet, and by the time we tried to like see the times on the door, our Uber just left us. I just remember chasing down the car. Oh my. And then we just started walking. We ran into a Japanese restaurant that was open on Thanksgiving, and that was the first time I had plum wine. Oh! Oh! And then we ended up going back into Dave & Buster's when it opened and just having an amazing time. Ooh. That was great. My favorite city was either like Baltimore or somewhere in the DMV area, because I remember going to this restaurant, and it's a restaurant that's only there, and it's only, oh, what is the name? It's only there, and the only other place is in London. Ah! I'm gonna think of that later, and that's gonna drive me crazy. I'm so grateful to Tamar for allowing me to be so close to her and witness different seasons of her life. And I think the biggest thing I've personally gained from just knowing her, I've realized the amount of energy it takes to pull off things. And a lot of people say, and it's in a form of like, never give up or something like that, but I look around now at people that I look up to outside of the people I know, and I'm like, they've got the energy to withhold their dreams for so long, and they've got the energy to do these shows and do these performances and still be creative, and that's not as easy as it looks, okay? I just realized that there was more to this than I thought, because I got to see it so actual and factual, like so up close. It was like my mini college experience. I'm also grateful for my mom, just for always pushing me and believing in me. I still have tools that she's like installed into me to do great things. So shouts out to mommies and daddies that care and support their children and teach them foundation. That got a little deep for a second. If you have any questions for me about tour, I'll do a part 2 for this. Just throw them in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Hashtag a bunch of other shameless plugs. Insert here. And I hope you guys have a good week.